Michael, good to see you. This is quite a ballsy move, given everything going on.
It's not. I mean, we think there's a lot of pent-up demand there for summer holiday travel. Clearly, that won't take place in April, May, but we do believe that by June, July, August, there will be reasonably free movement of people between the UK and the European Union and vice versa. You look at the success of the UK's vaccine rollout programme. By the end of March, 50% of the adult population will have been vaccinated. By the end of June, that rises to almost 80%. I think it will be very difficult for either the UK government or the EU governments to lock people down once you've 80% of the adult population vaccinated.
But do you really think that people are going to want to book while there is this risk of being made to stay in a quarantine hotel for a fortnight?
Well, we don't think that. We think that risk will disappear by the time we get to June, July and August. There is, through April, going to be a significant increase in the volume and production volume of vaccines. And so I think there's a lot of hysteria. There's a 24-hour news cycle at the moment feeding all this hysteria. We're still only in the middle of March, and I think the situation will have changed markedly by the time we get to June, July, August, when the kids are on holidays. We're rolling out 26 new routes today from the UK to Europe to destinations in Greece, Portugal, Spain. We do believe people are making bookings. We know that at the moment, but they're making bookings safe in the knowledge that we allow them to change those bookings without any change fees, not once but twice if their plans change during the summer.
Yeah, you are offering zero change fees, but the changes have to be made 7 days before flying. I mean, given the UK government's track record in putting countries onto the red list at 48 hours notice, is that necessarily going to be a sufficient get out for them?
I think people will know, frankly, weeks, months in advance. If you take the government's own guideline at the moment, they're saying no international travel before the 17th of May. But we will have, I think they're going to update the markets in the middle of April. We're reasonably confident that there will be unrestricted holiday travel for British families going to European beach resorts in Portugal, Spain, the Canaries, the Balearics in June, July and August this year.
Well, I sincerely hope you're right. I mean, what are you hearing on the ground from continental Europe at the moment?
There's a lot of interest, obviously, in the success of the UK vaccine rollouts. You have governments in Spain, Portugal, Greece, Cyprus already announcing that they're going to remove restrictions on UK arrivals from the 17th of May onwards. That might move back if there's some movement in vaccines or further travel restrictions. But there's no doubt in our mind that the Spanish hoteliers, the Portuguese, the Greeks are looking forward to welcoming certainly British families who have been vaccinated, and most of them will have been vaccinated by the time we get to the school holidays in June, July and August. So I think we should be calm. We should be reasonably confident and optimistic. I'm not saying they're definitely going to go ahead, but I think there's a reasonable prospect, higher than 50%, that UK families will be holidaying in June, July and August this year in Spain, Greece, Portugal as normal.
And what about this issue of refunds? Are you braced for a deluge of them if the government does suddenly start to change the rules?
We are. I mean, we've processed over $1.5 billion in refunds and vouchers over the last 12 months. We've completely eliminated the backlog of refunds. There are still tiny numbers still stuck in people who booked through unauthorised screen scrapers who we're still trying to deal with. But other than that, direct customers have received all of their refunds or vouchers. A lot of people are using those vouchers now to rebook summer travel and summer holidays this year. But we think it will be, to the extent that we will have to make further changes during the summer, either by adding flights or removing flights. We're now handling that kind of within 24 hours or reasonably seamlessly online.
One thing that jumped out at me looking at the new routes that you're unveiling today, 8 of them are from Belfast City. You're back in George Best Belfast City Airport for the first time in 11 years.
We are. Again, we saw an opportunity there. Belfast has suffered grievously during the last 12 months, particularly with the demise of Flybe and to a lesser extent Thomas Cook. But Flybe was a big operator in Belfast City Airport. We see an opportunity to go up there. There is significant demand for European travel from Belfast. And funny enough, we think a lot of people from the Republic of Ireland are going to use these flights as a means of escaping to Portugal, Greece and Italy in the earlier part of the summer, even while Ireland's vaccine programme lags considerably behind the success of the UK programme.
That's very interesting. Well, you've made my director very happy because he's a Belfast lad, so that's good. What about air passenger duty? You've got the UK government indicating yesterday it's going to cut it on domestic routes. Is that a big kicker potentially for you?
I think it could be. I mean, it would be certainly one of the ways of, I think, stimulating the regional airports who have suffered again. The loss of Flybe is very damaging to the regional airports. I think particularly if they were to reduce the APD, which is a scandalous tax on air travel, on domestic routes, you would see a large boom in flights, domestic flights to and from Scotland and Northern Ireland to the rest of the UK. We've been calling now for about 6-9 months for the repeal of APD, at least for a 2 or 3 year period until such time as air travel volumes go back to their pre-COVID levels. Rishi Sunak has been very successful with the Help Out, Eat Out to Help Out with those various schemes. Nothing has been done for aviation. And the way to get people, visitors back to the UK is going to be to scrap the APD tax, particularly on short-haul European routes, until at least you get back to the pre-COVID past traffic levels.
Now, look, before I let you go, you had a fantastic win at Cheltenham last week with Tiger Roll, but you've withdrawn him from the Grand National. Has he retired now?
No. He's withdrawn from the Grand National because he's completely unfairly weighted. I think there's every prospect that he will run in Aintree. We're looking at the Betfair Bowl, the 3-mile Grade 1 chase, so that we can prove to the handicapper in the UK that he is completely unfairly handicapped. He should be dropped in the weights, and then if he stays fit and well, hopefully he might come back for another run at the Grand National in 2022, all being well, and hopefully at that stage we've all passed by the COVID crisis.
You are always battling the authorities in one way or another, aren't you?
What can I say? Infamy, they have it in for me.
Michael, good to talk to you as ever. Take care. Thank you.
You too, Ian. Be well.